International Media TV. Television that listens to you.
Hi, I'm Johnnie Burrell. Welcome to the program.
Here we are in front of the historic Fairmont Hotel on Nob Hill in San Francisco, and we're about to speak to the president. The president of the University of Georgia, that is. We're going to hear what President Morehead has to say to the alumni of the University of Georgia who decided to heed the call of Horace Greeley to go west. And hey, go Georgia Bulldogs! President, we are so pleased to have you here in the San Francisco Bay Area. What's the key message you wanted to give to the alumni here?
Well, really a couple of messages. One, I came to thank our alumni for being such great supporters of our institution, and to tell them what's going on at UGA that they can be particularly proud of, such as the fact that we're entering this fall with the best class in the history of our institution from an academic standpoint. We just finished the best fundraising year in the history of UGA, and we have a lot of exciting projects underway, including an experiential learning initiative for all of our undergraduate students. So a lot of great things are happening at UGA, and we're here just telling the story of our institution.
You know, I happen to have been at the University of Georgia when an exciting football player by the name of Herschel Walker was running the ball, running the gridiron and everything. So, and I believe you were there around that time or a little bit afterwards.
I was, and Herschel still supports our institution. He just came back and spoke to our football team and remains very engaged and involved. So we appreciate his continued support of UGA. Hopefully our new running back is going to have learned a lot from the lessons that Herschel's given him. He's very impressed with him.
Wonderful. And one last thing, I know your background is law, and at the University of Georgia Law School, one of the first black, I believe the first black professor was Larry Blunt, and unfortunately he passed, but he was one of your colleagues, was he not?
He was, and of course we have a very prominent African-American professor, Larry Thompson, who just retired as head of the legal department at Pepsi and has returned to campus as our Sibley Professor of Corporate Law. And I worked for Larry when I was an assistant U.S. attorney many years ago, and he was the U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Georgia. So we're very glad to have Larry Thompson on campus this year.
That is really great. I really appreciate the history of the University of Georgia as it's moved forward and just made a difference for all of the students of the University of Georgia.
I feel the same way. A lot of good things are happening, and the future looks very bright.
Thank you very much for your time. Just pause there for the media. Thank you. I so appreciate it. Thank you. Meredith, what is your role with this event happening, and are you pleased with the results?
I'm the Executive Director of Alumni Relations for the University of Georgia, and our effort is to engage with alumni in California because they mean so much to us and they don't get back to Athens very often. So a group of us from Athens brought President Morehead out to Los Angeles and San Francisco to engage in meetings and conversation and have a few receptions so that alums can meet with one another and hear the message of the university, and also get to meet some of our students who are with us today as well.
Now, is this the first time that the president has been out west, a president of the University of Georgia?
Actually, no. I know that the presidents have traveled out west in the past, and as a matter of fact, I participated in an event that we had in Southern California just a few years ago before President Morehead stepped into his role. This, I believe, is President Morehead's, not his first time since he's been president out here, but definitely the first time we've been able to plan a reception. We've had enough time to plan a reception around his visit.
So what outcomes or do you want, other than people meeting each other, that sort of thing? Maybe their children going to the University of Georgia? What do you think?
We really want people to feel connected to the university. Alumni move on in life. They may be working, they may be volunteering, they may be raising families, and University of Georgia is always in their heart, and they're in our hearts as well. And really, I believe, and we believe, that the success of the university is also the success of the alums, and for them to have a network amongst one another. And yes, it provides opportunities for them professionally, and then it also provides opportunities for the students and future alumni when they get to meet and network with them and hopefully be placed in a career.
Can I get a go dogs from you?
Go dogs.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Felicia, you drove all the way from Sacramento to be here. Why is that?
I was excited to hear that the president of University of Georgia was coming to San Francisco, and since it's about a 2-hour drive, I asked my husband if we should go down to meet him. I was really excited to hear that someone from Georgia is here, because we don't have too many Georgia alumni in Sacramento, so we really want to see that, and to also hear about all of the new innovative programs that they have on campus, because about 5 years ago I went to the university and I was amazed at how much it has changed since I was there in the 70s. And with all of the new opportunities and careers for students, to see how University of Georgia is preparing them, and also as the principal of a middle school, and we call our students future college graduates, we're also trying to get them to look at different universities, whether they want to stay here in California or maybe branch out and go to Georgia.
So you're a middle school principal, so you're trying to get some advanced recruits for the University of Georgia. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, and I try to make sure they don't go to LSU or to Florida or to Alabama or to Tennessee, because I do have some of my former students who have gone there. But I have 2 right now who's really interested in graduating from the University of Georgia. And believe it or not, one of them wants to go into the School of Journalism.
Now that really touches my heart. The Henry W. Grady School of Journalism, where I happen to be fortunate enough to get through, and it's just a tremendous, tremendous school, and the University of Georgia. So the history has changed so much in terms of the opportunities and everything. You and I were there a few years ago for the Pomoja reunion. You want to talk a little bit about that?
You know, it was really exciting to see how they were continuing Pomoja, because when we were there, as you remember, there were only 200 African Americans on campus, and we were beginning to, I'm going to say, break the ice to assist with getting a lot of the integration going on. And it was wonderful to know that they were continuing that legacy that we began, and to see how more and more of our students, the different areas down there, were going into the majors of the Pomoja, and it was just great to enjoy some of the old songs that we were singing, as well as seeing some of the different plays. I had forgotten that we did plays back then, so it was a lot of fun.
So Pomoja basically promoted the black arts.
Yes, and I was glad that they also now have the ensemble where more of the arts now have become classes, and that is very important, because for us it was just an extracurricular activity, but now they can actually get some credits for that and let it be elective courses.
Well, thank you very much. I was traveling internationally and just totally didn't know about this, and I appreciate your call to a fellow bulldog. So
right.
Thanks. How about a go dog?
All right, let's do it. Go dogs!
Woof, 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 woof. Supposed to add that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!